Hey you guys, LH signing in, bringing you what is 100% authentic and can never be manufactured. Hey you guys, I am in good spirits. Today I had a very peaceful, relaxing weekend. I didn't do a whole bunch, but I did much. Like, if that makes sense. Like, it wasn't too busy, wasn't too much like big events going on like that. But as you know, this month, happy Pride. It's Pride. Okay, I'm gonna give my let me give my guns to Pride because listen, I may not be totally into the community like that as far as the LGBT, but I'm a part of the LGBT community. But I've done Pride back at home. And it's a big celebration, and I mean, you turn up, okay? But anyways, happy Pride Month, and it's also Juneteenth. We had a Juneteenth celebration over the weekend in Atlanta, and me and my friend and roommate got a chance to go, and it was just beautiful. I'll post some of the video clips of how the parade was. But anyways, I just had a great time. I just always love celebrating our culture, my Black culture, and just seeing a different aspect of celebrations in a different city, state. It's always wonderful. So this is my new home for now. And I just had a really good time over the weekend. I also got a chance to go to Centennial Park, and there was a concert. It was hot as hell, mind you, but it looked like it was overcast. That's the thing. But in the middle, there was a concert going on. Local rappers. I guess Rich Homie Quan was supposed to get on the stage, but by the time that happened, it was a tent, and it was raining. There was an open tent too as well, so people have rain coming down. We had rain on us, but that rain felt good. I don't know, but it started raining really hard, so we had to get the hell up out of there. So yeah, that's that. But yeah, my weekend has been good, and you know, I was supposed to also on that same day. This was on Saturday. There was a premiere for the Tupac premiere, and which I don't understand. The day the Tupac movie came out on Friday and the premiere was on Saturday. So does that really count as a premiere? But anyways, it was a premiere in Atlanta, and my uncle, he got to play himself in the movie, but he went to his premiere a long time ago in LA, probably during the week before it came out on Friday. But yeah, I'm so proud of my uncle, and he also has his book coming out talking about his days, in Digital Underground. So support that. I'll leave a link. But yeah, I'm not gonna get too much into that. I haven't seen the movie yet, but I'm going to go see the movie sometime soon. But yeah, anyways, what I want to talk about is now I normally don't talk about this. I don't talk about celebrity stuff, but if it's a celebrity person I like and it's a celebrity person that I find influential and it has significance, then I will talk about it. But the ones who are attention whores and don't really do anything for let alone the community or life itself or humanity besides just giving us, I guess, what is quote unquote popular and trendy. I mean, I don't really see a point in that. I mean, you can have that, but you're not really multifaceted. You don't really have any depth to you. So I really don't see a purpose in talking about you. But I am going to talk about someone I like. And listen, you probably would not expect this, but I am a big Beyonce fan. Matter of fact, I actually got a message from my family, my siblings, because we talked about going to go see her, since she wasn't going to be at this year's Coachella since she was pregnant. But I actually got a message from my cousins and my siblings talking about the tickets I guess dropped for Coachella 2018. So I'm excited. We're going to do it. We're going to go to Coachella in 2018. Mark my words. And I'll start. I guess I'll go live and kind of show some of the highlights, or just kind of like um, what do you call it? Kind of highlight that when that happens, and who knows? I may take some videos and show you what my experience was at Coachella 2018. But anyways, yeah, I'm so excited. But anyways, it's I want to do this kind of Beyonce twin challenge. Now, there's talk with Matthew Knowles and Jay Z kind of alluded to the fact that she was in labor. And with Jay Z first, Jay Z was honored for an award as a rapper. I forgot what it's called, but he was honored, and he was also honored specifically by our last and more cohesive president, Barack Obama. And the way in which he alluded, it seemed like as if he was going to be a father. Like his, congratulations, on, your twins. And he also said something like, looks like you had me beat with my daughters. So this leads me to believe that they are having twin girls. So I want to know what you guys think. Do you think they're having twin girls? I think they already kind of alluded with the whole tweet when she had these butterflies, pink butterflies, alluding to girls, I guess, or one blue, two pink, I guess. So they're going to be girls. I think they're going to be girls, and Barack Obama stated that. And the fact of the matter is, even though there's no pictures, no specific thing, well, yeah, they're born, basically, because Matthew Knowles said in this tweet saying, "Happy birthday to the twins." So they were born, definitely born, I'd say, over the weekend. But I think they're girls. If you don't think they're girls, let me know. What do you think they're? Let's just get this. Let's see what we could do with this challenge. If they're girls, kind of guessing the sex and the gender of them. But yeah, congratulations, two girls. I mean, I guess it would be cool for them. I guess maybe Jay-Z wanted two boys, or a boy and a girl for I forgot what you call them. Fraternal? Yeah. One's a boy, one's a girl. But I mean, two girls. I mean, they got three girls. That woman empire keeps growing, y'all. So that's that. Another thing I want to talk about today, and I noticed this. I read this on several news outlets. I also got it from a very popular YouTuber that I subscribe to, Lovely T. I also heard about this on today's show, The View. I looked up several articles and stuff like that. But apparently, your guys' president is trying to sever ties or bring down Barack Obama's dealings and executive orders, I guess, with Cuba as a way to enter into Cuba, I guess, to set up some dealings either with Guantanamo Bay or some say he's trying to get into making a partnership in which he can put his hotels there. But the main thing that I heard is that he's trying to get a so-called cop killer when in fact she's a national hero to me. Asata Shakur. Okay, if you don't know who Asata Shakur is, funny. This is an all eyes on me weekend, and it's no, it's no, it's no surprise that he would announce this on Tupac's birthday. You know, Tupac's birthday was on the 16th, and I think either the 15th or 16th, but it was this weekend, you guys. It was this past week, and the movie premiered on that Friday, and so it's funny. Like he tweets everything, and he's talking about trying to sever the ties that Obama had set up with Cuba as a way to get in there. He wants to get in there and try to get Asata Shakur. I hope you will never get her. I hope you never get her. And why are you so worried about someone back in 47, 50 years ago? Mind you, you have terrorists in this country. You have terrorists in this country. You had a terrorist who got off recently for killing a black man on live, Facebook Live, national TV Live, in front of a child and his girlfriend. You have just embarrassed, you're showing the world how twisted this country is, how evil America is, how it needs to be dismantled. And you're worried about somebody who got away with something. You guys are so salty. You're worried about someone, mind you, no one should die. But, yes, she was a Black Panther. I love the Black Panthers. If anything, they stood up to people who were mishandling us, and they're the only ones who had the gall and the balls enough to fight against people who were just bullshit, just killers. And granted, no, I don't believe all police are bad, because I work with police and I've got the experience to know that they're good police and they're asshole polices, and I work with some very good police. But the ones who are bad, they need to be put out there, and they need to have that title. This whole thing with all the police and all that, just like anything else, you have your bad apples, and the bad apples need to be picked out, and they need to be treated as such. And I just think that with anything, when they had the whole O.J. Simpson thing, it's just like all this stuff, they kept having shows and TV. They had a movie recently come out, a biopic about him. They never let that go. The white woman with the blonde hair and all that, his ex-wife. Mind you, an injustice is an injustice. But literally, you guys are taking it to a whole new level. You are so salty. You are still thinking, having wet dreams about getting a woman who got away from being prosecuted supposedly for killing, which that could be debatable. She could have defended herself. And the fact that I was looking at a case today about, as far as in Georgia, where I'm at, they believe there is a case that's going on right now as far as a black man being accused of killing someone that was going to attack him, but he had a gun. He had the right to protect himself, and because he accidentally shot the gun, he's being charged on murder charges when it can in fact be a charge of standing your ground. And he has a concealed carry permit. But the fact of the matter is, the guy that threatened him was white, and he shot him. And they say he shot him accidentally, but he's still being charged, I guess, with manslaughter or something like that. But it could be seen as stand your ground. but he may not even get that stand your ground, because they're taking it as manslaughter. But had that been a white man, let's just be real, and it was a black man, oh yeah, it would be a stand your ground, definitely, hands down. And the fact of the matter is that they have that going on now. It says a lot. It says a lot with this country. They're so just hypocritical. Hypocritical, double standards, a oxymoron all the way, just full of contradictions. Get over it. Listen, there has been no justice for any black person in this country. And we see that. We don't give a damn about all this shit going on in the country. Mind you, all these terrorist attacks. Yes, they're bad. There was a terrorist attack recently. Just again, this shit is not ever going to stop. It is never going to stop because you want to send a message to terrorists, but you got terrorists in this country. Why don't you stop being the terrorist? Why don't you start giving people justice, the real justice, but instead you want to protect white supremacy? Well, white supremacy is on its last leg because guess what? You guys are getting your L. You guys are getting everything you got thrown to you. And listen, I'm not going to be fighting for no global terrorists when I got terrorists here. I mean, let's just be honest. Given fact, that whole thing in London, maybe 2 days ago, attacking a Muslim mosque, I mean, by a white terrorist, a white European terrorist in London, because he wanted to target Muslims because he thinks that they are all responsible for the terrorist attacks. But I mean, you go back to stop. This stuff is not going to stop. It didn't stop. It's not going to stop. Back in last year with the Florida thing, didn't stop. Years before that, 9/11 didn't stop. With Manchester, it's going to continue a cycle. The West needs to learn to take that L, actually practice what they preach. If they care about terrorism, stop enacting terrorism on people, innocent people and countries, and counteracting and keeping the cycle. And I'm not going to fight on behalf of global terrorism when I see domestic terrorism in this country. It sounds stupid. The same way I think of the army. Why are you going out in the army fighting other people's wars when there's a war going on right now? And if you're black, I really don't understand that. Yes, you have a right to protect your family, make money, but when I look at the big picture, I don't look at it as fighting for democracy because there's no democracy for my people. I'm fighting someone else's democracy. My democracy doesn't even exist in a country who says that they can kill me, shoot me, and exonerate my killers. That's bullshit. And I don't stand for that. And I don't think anybody should believe that. And as long as you won't have my support for anything like that, as long as you have shit like that going on, they're constantly showing us that our lives don't matter. And that's all I have to say about that. And this whole thing's a shit show. People are I just wish my people would wake up, all get together, unite. And yeah, if there are some people who belong to the white class, whatever, who don't feel that way, then yes, you're always welcome. But if you are a hidden white supremacist, you're a white supremacist, we could tell because you don't say anything, you don't speak up. And that's for anybody who is non-white and so-called color, whatever. Asian, Mexican, whatever. If you are really about upliftment, we can tell by your actions. If you're speaking up, doing anything about it, kudos to you. If you're not, we know what side you're on. That's just what it is. If all lives really mattered, you would speak on it. And you would acknowledge it. And you wouldn't have all this bullshit that you see. These lies, these fake-ass pro-whatever. Talking about pro-life, pro-black, pro-this. But what are their actions saying, you guys? That's what you got to pay attention. Don't go by if somebody smiles in your face, because a devil can smile in your face. That doesn't mean that they're necessarily for you. I go by actions. I go by that, and that's how we can move on. But yeah, you guys, I'm going to keep this shorter than my last video. I'm definitely in a better place than last video. I was just so frustrated because of just all that at once. The bullshit that I've seen, my own community uplifting some of this bullshit. It's just embarrassing. It's just it's tacky, and it really makes the consensus look like jackasses and fools. But right now, the salty white supremacists look like jackasses and fools. You're worried about a woman who you're never going to catch. You should be worried about what's going on in this country, let alone worried about what's going on overseas, because the shit is not going to stop unless you stop. So that's all I have to say about that. If there's peace, I'm going to speak on peace. You don't condone peace and say you want peace by giving the opposite of peace. And that's one thing I can say about these people in this country, you know, and the people that I kind of give the side eye to. They tell you black people that all day to be peaceful, don't retaliate with ugliness, but you know, this country fights. They use violence to get what they want. They use violence by all means. They tell you not to be violent, but that's all I've been seeing. They use violence to get everything they want, to be the dominating force. So what does that say, you guys? It's a walking contradiction. But anyways, once again, stay true to thyself. 100% genuine. And peace and love, you guys. Checking out. Gotta go.